And rightfully so, Altec. Welcome, hey. Welcome to the stream, everyone. Thank you very much for being here. Shazi, hey. Bista Productions, welcome. Altec, thank you very much for being here and being excited. Buffy is, yeah, very good. Mo, welcome. Thank you very much for being here. Mighty R, one Mighty R, thank you very much for coming. Yeah. Fantastic. Thank you very much for being here. I am almost done. I don't have music yet for you guys, and I want to have music for you guys. So give me a second. And then I have to check. Yeah, hey, welcome Shadow Boy. Yeah, I noticed that. So either, wait, you hear it double? So, either Buffy has a very big anti-fan, or I have an anti-fan, because the last, I think, 3 of my videos got directly, when I launched them, thumbs down. So somebody is angry with me. If you are watching right now, angry person, I have no beef with you. Whatever I did not on purpose. But I also do not really care that much about that 1 dislike. I wouldn't care that much about 10 dislikes. So don't waste your time. And thank you very much for being interested. So, welcome everyone. Do I play Overwatch? I have played Overwatch, not too few. That's not how you say it in English. I have no idea. Are you hearing music? Let me check. I had to change everything again once more. So you should be hearing music. Yeah. Okay, and there should be that sub button working, but it does not. Shakira, good morning. Welcome. Hey, how are you? Have you seen I have somebody here that is not it does not work with this overlay. Yeah, no worries. I've assumed I have somebody that doesn't like me anymore, or did never like me. You never know. Okay, so from the heroes I already drew, you mean, or from the Buffy series? Oh no, you were with Overwatch, right? I haven't played for over a year or something, and so I do not even know a lot of the recent ones that were added. I don't even remember the names that much. I had a lot of fun with that explosive guy, you know, Junkrat, yeah. I had fun with him. He wasn't very good, I wasn't very good, but I had fun with him. It's not like I would have been competitive Overwatch player anyway. So, DM Sketching, welcome. Thank you very much for joining. Okay, so I think everything is set up. I changed everything again on this from a technical standpoint, so this is a little bit of a test again. And I don't know if you were there, if all of you were there. I'm very good, DM. Thank you very much. I hope you're well too. Nice of you to visit. I think you weren't there the last couple ones, but don't worry. We missed you, but you're not obligated to be here, so all is good. Thank you very much for being here today. Last time, let me get that quickly. Previously on Greyhound, the sketching streamer. I don't know. Normally, you know, I have 2 live streams a week, and I finish this is the second live stream of the week. I finish the sketch I started in the first one. This is what we did in the first one. I got a amazing new white pencil, and I wanted to try that on a gray paper, because they are brothers and sisters. Or husband and wife, or husband and husband, wife and wife. I have no idea. We have to figure that out. Of this type of pencil in black and in white. So I do this just as a test, and now what to do with a second live stream day. So I thought I could make a video on Monday about me learning to draw on this paper and with the white pencil. And for that I wanted to not only have this more of a comic approach, but also a regular picture, a regular portrait, which I cannot make too complicated because we only have this one session to do it. So I already started a little bit, as you perhaps can see. You see the outline already. I prepared the outline so that we are a little bit faster today. Reaper, yeah, I think I have no idea if I know the Reaper. Is that a fairly new one? To perhaps bleep out the music. It played wrong music. I will perhaps get a copyright strike for that. I might have to mute the stream. Thank you very much for asking. I wouldn't have noticed DM sketching. I am very sorry. I cannot even tell you now anymore what it was, but I had some kind of, I had an acoustic songs playlist on Spotify, and I actually clicked on the wrong playlist again. So I'm sorry. Yeah, I really like the music, but I cannot use it in a live stream, so I might have to bleep that. It is copyrighted music, so I'm pretty sure it is. So I will have to, or I think YouTube will tell me that I use copyrighted music, and they will, they have this auto music removal thingy. I hope that will work. Yeah, I'm not monetized, it's not that bad. Okay, so what kind of paper is that? Okay, mighty, it is gray one. I was just looking for gray paper that doesn't cost too much, and it is 220 gram multi-technique mixed media gray paper. So not too special. The thing is, it is very coarse. If I buy a new one at some point, I would probably look into getting not that coarse paper, because it doesn't work very well with my favorite pencils. This one, for example, you have directly a very strong structure in it, at least if you draw in this size as I am usually. So I would probably try to get something that is less structured. So this is, again, we are experimenting. I have never drawn this kind of portrait with the white pencil and with gray paper. So I have no idea how to really use it. We are just, we are together experimenting here. I posted the remaster video on the Discord for later. Great, fantastic. Liana, isn't that how everyone cooks, just throwing stuff? I don't think everyone. I'm cooking like that, yeah. Weather day is not so far when your channel will gonna monetize gray. I don't know, we will see. Everything slowed down a little bit, but that is fine. Gives me time to try new stuff and get redirection to everything. Because, for example, if we do something like this Buffy club, I think that would be fun. So it's interesting. So let me share everything I learn here with you. I can actually draw on top. I think I just remove also the white pen here a little bit. If I draw with my normal mechanical pencil, I can just draw on and shade. That's the more important part. On the white pencil. So that is pretty cool. Because that means I can just go in there with the white one and then consider shading and shadows and so on after that with a mechanical pencil. You guys at least go to kitchen. I seriously avoid to go. Yeah, no. I have to stand in the kitchen from time to time. I think also to a certain degree it is fun. I'm not really in for the very complicated kitchen where you stand half day in the kitchen and then have something cooked that is then eaten in 20 minutes or something. I don't really am in love with that concept, but even that from time to time for people so they can enjoy something like that, that I personally like, actually. Sometimes, definitely not every day. In what regard? You will want to always cook in a very complex manner, Chuck? Or the other way around? So as I said, this is a bit of a speed drawing, and we will see how much of similarity we will get between Sarah Michelle Gellar and what I am drawing here. So, but I think we're already on a pretty okay way. With Sarah Michelle Gellar, it is very much in the nose. So we won't have that much similarity anyway until we have the nose. And then, of course, also the mouth to a little lesser degree. I already enjoy this, considering where to put the white. This might become something standard for me, actually, to use a white pencil. So I really like it. It is fun. I also need to use this a little bit. I actually also have another one, just so if you have good color pencils at home. I also have this Polychromos Faber-Castell, which is also quite high quality, but it is nothing compared to this to the Contea Paris. It's just not this really. You get solid white. You don't get that with the color pencil. I hate that time when I am hungry as hell and I spoiled everything. Yeah, I have to say, as long as I'm on my own, I'm also more of a open package and directly consume person. Definitely. I hate cooking for myself. I avoid that at almost all cost. I only really cook when there are different persons there, if it's not just for me. Otherwise, I avoid it at almost all costs. So the maximum you will see me do for myself is something like tortellini, but not fresh. Just put them in water, boil something. That is more or less the maximum extent of what you will find me doing for myself in the kitchen. I'm all for eating complex, good time-consuming food as long as I don't need to do the cooking. That is not a very nice thing, though. I actually, yes, I do too, but I'm one of. I say, okay, nobody has to do it for me if I don't really do it myself. I don't expect it from anybody else. You know? I'm not a big fan of expecting from people stuff I'm not willing to give. Which results in me not having that much expectations in general, I think. We have a boat, yeah. You are reflecting myself here, Altec. Yeah. We have a whole cruise ship because I'm sure there's a few more people in the world that aren't the same as us. Yeah, probably. I think I did too much eyelashes here. Much too much. It looks like very many very fake eyelashes. Let me test that theory. There was a guy I've seen that said you have to stretch your nettable eraser a lot of time to kind of activate it, and then you can almost remove everything. Give it a try. A bit, not that much, but a bit. So let's just not redo that mistake. That's also, I think, a mistake I see often people doing, like I did myself right now here. Too many eyelashes. This does really not look good. It looks very fake. Well, what can we do? We will work with this now. This is what I normally do. Does it work? Did it appear? Sure, I will see in a second. Yeah, it worked. Okay. If you're new to the channel, so I will watch chat again after I have edited this, because I talked too much and then we had kind of an animal living on top of the upper thingy. Okay, we have there's a difference between being unwilling and completely incapable. That is true. I had a very good friend which was very adamant in saying the only thing I can do in the kitchen is boil water, and that is the maximum. If I put something in that water, it will really just perish. And just to make that clear, that was a woman saying, so it's not a purely gender-based thing. No? Okay, so yeah, I love my scratch is scratchable. I can also scratch it, but it's a stretchable eraser. Completely off topic, I just worked out that Cricket is not a good cuddle buddy. He would be if he didn't want to lay on my neck. Well, then he keeps your neck warm. Also good. Cricket is a cat, for people wondering right now. Okay, so other eyelashes. I don't like eyelashes. I like how they make a face look more like a face, and they do that almost by themselves. But I don't like drawing them that much because I always make mistakes with them. So a neck warmer, exactly. Very nice in winter. You should also train him to go out of the house and not leave you. Then you can take him shopping and stuff. That would be pretty cool. Yeah, I'm not a big fan. I did not do them very well. We will see when the rest is done if I have to fix something. Too close to your face. Yeah, it is. I actually am not that good in. I can tell you how to train your dog. I'm not really a person to tell you how to train a cat. I'm not that good with cat behavioral training. I have no idea how you do that. So if he is very aggressive, you probably should. With dogs you have to do something directly. So you have to, even when they are young, if they are biting furniture and stuff, you probably have to do the same with cat. You have to give them options to do something differently. It doesn't work to say no, 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 or even hit them or something. You have to redirect that behavior. You have to give them a toy and say, okay, you want to play? This is what you play with. I don't know if you do the same with a cat, but you should look into it, because before you have a cat, like our old cat that likes to hit people. And with 14 you cannot really train that anymore. I guess. I think. That's what I know. I don't know that much. It's not my cat. You know. Diese Nase, this nose, is very... it's probably still too big what I'm drawing here. But we have kind of a speed date going on here. So we will keep it, I think, like this. So it's also a test. That's why I'm pretty fast. It's also a test for myself to see if I can finish one portrait in one sitting. So if we do something like a Buffy club, it should be just one sitting. So I have to have a certain speed, level of speed for drawing there. Cannot add a third live stream and have to finish everything afterwards because we only did the eyes or something. Then I have 3 portraits or something I have to finish in a week. I am not able to do that. I'm not Wonder Woman, you know. What's the difference between talent and passion? What's the difference between talent and passion? Let me answer everything else and then I can think about that. Because I probably would talk a lot about that and some stuff is missing on here. My daughter wants you to draw the mouth. Okay, let's go for the mouth. We can do that. General plans, mouth. I send him to your house and you can train him for me. I have no, as I said, I have no idea with cats. You have to learn. Cat taming. Passion is trying real hard to achieve something. Talent is succeeding. Wow, that was perfect. Attack 3. So I don't have to think about it anymore. Passion is trying real hard to achieve something. Or passion is also the desire. I think that is also necessary. A passion is having a desire for that. For trying real hard. I can't try real hard without being passionate, I think. But you want to do it, you want to be good at it, and that drives you. So I think the drive behind is also important. Talent is succeeding. Well, talent not necessarily succeeding, right? I can have a talent in something and be good at something. Does that mean I'm succeeding? I don't know. I think it gets too philosophical. I'm kidding. Too philosophical. I'm a man of many passions and little talent, so that was an easy one. I don't think so. I'll take. I don't think so. I'm sure that is not correct. Oh, that was a general question, Shaq. I was not asking about me. I like those. I like those eyes. That was difficult for me to understand, but thank you very much. There is a Buffy episode called Passion. It does a very good, if depressing, job of explaining it. We can discuss that then in Buffy Club. So I am with you guys in a second. Okay. Should we warn them that the show is not aged exceeding? These special effects are not that easy to watch anymore these days. It is an old show. It is from the 90s. So the first episodes, the first whole seasons are in 4:3 side format, for example, also not really stretched for the whole screen. Now that's also something, by the way, that is really bad in that remaster that I talked earlier about. They just took the 16:9 format for all the episodes, all the old ones, and you just have people standing around there with microphones and cameras and stuff that you see completely visible, because nobody really looked into checking that or correcting that. That is really terrible. And the special effects are really bad. And there are some episodes where you can say, okay, I know what you wanted to do, guys, but yeah, well, better luck next time. But overall, the overarching story arcs, the performance of the people, really stellar. Really stellar. Glad to join your live stream. Nidal, welcome. Thank you very much for making it today. How nice of you. I hope you're well. We are drawing Buffy today. It's kind of a speed drawing. I normally continue what I've done in the first stream, but we are already done with that because it was a very different and a more comic style portrait. Hadn't done that before. We were very quick, so we're trying this and see where it leads us, because we want to continue experimenting with the white pencil, which is really cool. To be mindful of the cleanliness of the white pencil, though. When I sometimes draw over black, it can be a bit messy and take that messiness to other areas. So the hairdos are not easy to watch either. The clothes, it is very interesting how very different everything is in just a very... This is the wrong one. That explains a lot. How that can change very quickly. The first time I rewatched Buffy already, which was quite soon after the first, after it got finished in the 7th season, I already noticed that times change, styles change, but it is still very fun to watch. It is very funny to watch. It's extremely emotional, so it's still worth it. Very much so. Where there are intellectual people, so I think I should continue this topic. For progress, what is more important, being skillful or being an educated person? For progress, you need both. Necessarily, you need people to remember that what has been done and what is possible, and you have to people that can do it. So it is not the same. Sometimes I'm thinking about the stuff we have to already know to really function well in our society, and then I look at something like Star Trek, and I'm just thinking about how much more those people must understand to be able to repair a warp drive or something. I don't know. So I think it is more and more important to specialize. You cannot know everything, so you have to be educated. There will always be more broadly educated people, but you need more and more specialized, I get. Hot chocolate. Yes, I want hot chocolate. Can anybody bring me a hot chocolate? Altec is here with all the answers. Altec is our encyclopedia. Skills are king in my opinion. I prefer self-taught over well-educated. Well, the reason behind it, yeah, but I think that is a good way to put it. There will always be, I think, a certain need for educated people, but it will more and more important to just be able to do what you need to do, and then there will be more on the science side, which will be also important, where you just have to know more and required less to be able to actually do it. Skills are important, but in my opinion, today's society, education is almost a requirement depending on where you are to help you achieve those skills. Not wrong. I want to be able to repair a warp drive. Everyone wants to be able to repair a warp drive. Certainly in my line of work, I find self-taught more able to do, and the educated more able to talk about doing, and not so well. It is always... I think you can be educated and not be like that. Just talk and no doing. Ramley Arts, welcome. Thank you very much for making my stream today. How are you? For example, in my country, most jobs require you to finish school with an end of school certificate. Yeah, the thing with school is that I'm not sure if the concept that... I'm sure it will not change anytime soon, but I'm also not sure if the concept of school is in any way, shape or form what we really need or would make our society function better. I think how we think of learning, how we think of educating is something that should be very much changed all across the board, because the way you are taught is more about the way you are taught than about really learning stuff. So you have the structures, you have tests, you have book knowledge, you just to learn, and everybody knows that you will not use it in the same way outside of your work. So just because it is like it is doesn't mean that it is good, that it is like that. So I'm listening to everyone, but this topic is so wide because the thing is, skills are what you already have, and that is talent. You just have to recognize your talent. You just have to polish it then. No, that is not true, because I can be talented in, which I'm not at all, in repairing cars, but without learning how a motor works, I have no chance in repairing it. So I have talent perhaps in that area to learn it quickly, perhaps have fun with it. That is a good thing, not necessarily with this talent, but that's a good thing to have to motivate you to learn it. And then you will learn it quickly, and then you will be able to do it. But you are not just because I am talented in that means I can directly repair a car engine. That is a skill I have to learn, and for that, of course, I need a certain level of education. I have to learn how the motor works, then I will learn how to repair it best. So all comes hand in hand. Just a matter of balance. Sarah Michelle, until now, I still remember the white lady ghost I see when I was in college time. She really looks like Michelle. That's why I draw her too before. The white lady ghost you saw when you were in college. Oh, good. Did it look a lot like Sarah Michelle Gellar? I really like Buffy and I've watched it multiple times. I had now the opportunity to draw it because I am pretty much focused on content creator at the moment, and especially superheroes, and Buffy's not a superhero. She's a hero, definitely, not a superhero. So because this will not be published as a superhero, this drawing in the time-lapse later, I can draw her, finally. So I thought, why not do it? And we are experimenting a little bit with the white pencil, which is a lot of fun. Thank you, Sunday. Thank you very much for saying that. Welcome. Great to have you here. We are experimenting with the white pencil on gray paper. I'm not saying you necessarily need to be educated to be a skilled person, but in my experience, I think a better education would have helped me in particular. I think there is a minimum set of education which makes sense. You can say, okay, self-taught all the way and practical knowledge and not book knowledge. That is the way and has to always be the way works, but it's also not ideal. I think it's always a balance. If you understand and know more about other things beside what you are specifically working on, that will help you and make you better, and that will also make you better in working with other people that are not exactly doing what you are doing. You would be able to understand them better, stuff like that. For example, if you are if you repair cars and you're talking with a customer, that customer does not know what you know and they are not good at repairing cars, or they would repair their car themselves. So you cannot just talk with them like you would talk with your buddy that is also repairing cars about what is going wrong. You have to describe it simpler and in a way that that person understands. It's the same if you are working on the machines in a company and on certain machines, and have to talk with somebody from another area, accounting, I don't know. If you have a little bit of an understanding what they are doing, you can talk much easier with much less error prone with those people. And if you notice that you want to move on, work something else, having a certain education helps you definitely also with that. If you have only learned that one skill in that one area, you're fixed. You cannot go away from that, or you have to start completely new, which is also not a very nice feeling. But I'm rambling again. I see here already, especially the eyes. Thank you very much. The eyes look so realistic. I love the shading for it. Thank you very much, Sunday, for saying that. We seem to have a very different definition of what makes a superhero. I mean, she is a hot chick with superpowers. She has kind of superpowers. She's not a superhero. She doesn't wear a costume. We will reduce it now to the costume part. Although that is also a very interesting discussion. Is Buffy or is somebody like Buffy, in case you have not seen Buffy. Is she a superhero, or what does a superhero need to be a superhero? Is it the costume? Is it the mask? You make it look so easy. I'm not sure that I do. I am struggling a little bit and I'm not 100% happy with everything. I'm happy with part of it. I am actually always in the back of my mind thinking about what to improve and how to really get it more realistic. I haven't found it yet, so I'm not 100% happy. And I'm jumping from point to point, but I am actually surprised how well it works, also in terms of speed right now. So I'm not unhappy. This, for example, that is the mouth thing for Sarah Michelle Gellar that already directly looks a lot more like Sarah Michelle Gellar because of this mouth thingy there. Probably badly worded. I can talk the hind legs of a donkey. It's more they know the theory but not the works. Best things move quickly and educated seem less able to adapt. That might very well be that the way you learn when you get a really deep level education more than the practical bits. You go to university stuff. I went to university, so I am such a person. The way you learn all the time is very brainy, I would say. So you get taught to first analyze it and adapt to that situation in your head before you adapt to a situation practically. So that is definitely a part that would have to be fixed in the education system. I actually try to not do it. I was in my job more or less known. My boss told me that he liked that about me. That I take a situation and just run with it, and I'm not always questioning that situation. I understand. Let me say it more generally. I think it is important to be quick with a situation, that you can see a situation and understand what you have to accept in a situation, and then see how you can work best with it without over-analyzation and without discussing that too much and trying to change the parameters too much, but just sometimes you just have to take a situation and go with it and get it done, you know? Make sure you hit that like button if you haven't already, and the subscription button. Thank you very much, Mo, for pointing that. I have this little thing I can show after I changed my technical setup here. I am a little bit more flexible with those things. Isn't he cute? And yeah, I can also put this in. Have to go. Thank you very much, DM, for even being here. It's always a great pleasure to have you in my stream. That's the name of it. Stream. Thank you very much for being here and discussing with us. I got buttons, and I can press those buttons. I know how to use them, more or less. I'm still learning what to put fun stuff on it that really will help us with the stream. It doesn't make sense if I just let dogs randomly pop in from left and right and everywhere without any context, you know? So I think we need some kind of face shape now. You too, Mo. I am very glad that you made it it is something different, isn't it? Just commenting on each other's videos and meeting in a live stream. It's at least one-sided live and at least a one-sided textual and real conversation, I would say. It's like half of a phone call, isn't it? I really enjoy the live streams, I have to say, and I'm glad about the time change. Gives a lot more people the opportunity to come in. Keep hands clean, yeah. That is very important these days. Always keep your hands clean. So, I think we can now shade the face a little bit more. We should go in and draw some of the eyebrows. Also always very important to give a feel of a face. I know that, and still I let my eyebrows grow like it's weeds in the garden. So, much better. Hey Paint Art, I can only say that part of your name, I'm sorry. Welcome to the stream. Thank you very much for complimenting my painting, my drawing. So we are now looking to getting a little bit more three-dimensionality by shading the general face. We are now 1 hour 50 minutes in. As I said, this is kind of a speed draw, which is not really a speed draw, but for me it is pretty quickly moving forward to see if I can make one drawing in one live stream. And we're pretty far. We haven't even started with the hair. That is a bit of an issue. And I do not really know how to speed draw hair. Because I more or less always speed draw hair because I don't like drawing hair. But I still take too long and it still doesn't look very good. So I have to figure that one out. What time in my country? It is 8. It is 8 p.m. So I am 2 hours earlier than you are. So I'm not sure if I would still stream as late as it is where you are right now. I'm not that fit. I think I see Sarah Michelle Gellar by now already, so I am pretty happy. To tell you the truth, one of the more happy drawings actually. I was with the last few drawings I've done, I was always not that satisfied. Right now I like this very much. That means something terrible will probably happen soon. 1 p.m. and 10. Yeah, it's I'm not sure if that is an ideal stream time for me to stream for people that where it is 1 p.m. or something. I'm not sure if it is easier for people there or if there are a lot of people are on lunch break. I am surprised about how many people are watching streams while they work and how normal that seems to be in countries or in certain companies. I have no idea. I'm very surprised. Not sure how it is with you guys, if you are allowed or if people are regularly streaming where you are during work. Not streaming being active by themselves, but watching streams. Lenny, welcome. USA state of Iowa. Yeah, that is pretty much, Iowa is pretty much central USA, right? How are you, Lenny? We are experimenting again, and I'm doing more or less the same as I was doing with Miles Morales 2 days ago. I'm trying now with a realistic portrait, and that was Buffy because I can. And if you don't like her, I actually like her very much. Buffy herself, as well as this portrait, turns out to be pretty cool. I'm as surprised as you are. So, Lee, welcome. Welcome for dropping by. Philippines, yeah, I'm very I've watched a Philippine channel today where I was very jealous of the surrounding of the area, to just, especially right now with the lockdown and everything, to just be able to, not everyone in the Philippines, it is like, I would say, okay, in Australia everyone is on the beaches and stuff, and our poor old Chucks is far away from the beaches, so it's always different, and you have different kinds of hardships in different countries. But going outside there and having some of the Philippine landscape around you is just special. Everyone loves Buffy, and rightfully so. So, my dear old gal, we need this contrast down here. So we need a little bit more of an understanding where the hair will go. Then we can shade a little bit of the forehead, because we have a quite light area here, which with the white pencil we can consider very well. So it is very interesting, and it's less difficult than I would have expected to consider this balance between when to go light, when to go dark, and it's for a lot of the portraits is actually, I think, kind of a time saver when you start from gray. I think it is easier. I think it looks pretty interesting. Okay, I think actually we could use a little bit of white here. I like that. So I think we are more or less done with the face. At least for what time allows us to do. We'll now go into a little bit of neck. Over dramatize that a little bit. might go into the hair. Has anybody of you other artists worked with white pencil before? I've not even asked that, and there are so many talented people there. Could have asked for advice all along, but I didn't. Call it hubris or something like that. Thank you very much, Lainey. I am actually also pretty happy. It is interesting how it looks on the camera, though. It does actually not, again, looks a little bit different on the camera. I'm not sure if I like it more or less on the camera, but it looks pretty flashy on the camera, so that's a good thing, I think. So, okay, continue. Does anybody of you have already worked with white pencil on gray paper, on regular paper? Are you using it commonly, often, in any way, shape or form? I know it's much more common when you are drawing with colored pencils in general, that you also use a white pencil, of course, for shading, for blending. But I have never used one, and I'm very surprised that there even is such a strong one. I always was looking at some of the pictures people drew with really vivid colors and also vivid whites on non-white papers, and I now did a little bit of research and found out that there are a couple of pencils able to do that pretty easily, so I just had to try. You never do realism. You should try. You would probably be quite good at it. You have a very good perception in general. Just have to learn how to use that, or to let your hands reflect that. She's Buffy, of course she's beautiful. Yeah, as long as we get Buffy out of it, it is beautiful. Something I always say, it is not perfect, but it's not bad. Something is not entirely correct with the chin. I think I made it too dark, or it just needs more black here, darkness to really make sense. In contrast, that might also be. So, I think we are at a point where I say we need the hair to be able to do the last finishing touches otherwise. Thank you, Mo. Thank you very much. I am actually pretty happy with it. So, I believe you. I don't always believe my viewers. That is a secret. that you can not tell anybody. I don't always believe my viewers that they really like my pictures. So, okay, let's try some hair. This will be interesting. Hair with white pencil. Never done that. You are pretty honest. Have you ever? You're pretty honest. Does that mean have you ever been to a stream or commented on the in the comment section? You know, you could have done better. That's not the best you can do, you slacker. Did you ever write something like that? And if not, did you almost do something like that? Did you want to do something like that, but then thought, oh, probably not in the public forum of comment sections. Are you done for today with recording, Lainey? Lee? Are you guys finished? So, you're struggling to get in front. What do you mean with in front? So the stream wanted to catch some of it, made some coffee. Oh, coffee is always good. I have suggested things they have had done differently or changed, but not said they were slack. Yeah, I think that's also, I think that's basic 101 for polite and constructive criticism, isn't it? Calling people a slacker is not necessarily the healthiest way to communicate. So we have a few videos uploaded, okay. You can be honest without being awful. That is true. If I went to, I was comedically evil in that regard. I also have written some people, okay. You might consider, for example, I always, when I feel like people are not getting the contrast out of what they could, I now made a complete video because I see that so often that some people are drawing excellent paintings, excellent drawings, excellent portraits or whatever, and are using just the regular HB or something pencil. They should, if they would just introduce a little bit more contrast, their pictures could look so much more interesting without any comment about their talent or anything. It's just really they could use a different tool and improve a certain area very much. And I then like to ask if they have considered doing that, for example. It's not like, oh, your contrast is bleep, you have to do something about that. We're normally 4 or 5 days in front. Oh really? You are? I didn't know that. But that's a good thing how to do that, especially with that amount of workload. So we have a lot of buffer in there. Yeah, I appreciate that. That is really good. That makes total sense. We need a stockpile of videos, but really we are just doing just in time. Oh, that can be stressful, I imagine, because with that amount of videos, to really just finish for that day is quite stressful, I imagine. I will be back with chat directly after I have compartmentalized her hair a little bit. Give me a second. Sorry. So. I'm aware that wasn't aimed at me, but I wanted to chime in. You can always chime in. Contrast goes a long way, yeah. I think that is one of the easiest thing. You can just improve the level of interest of a picture before you start drawing in the most tiniest details. You can do so much with just simply heightening the contrast level. Macht nix. Welcome. How are you? Wie geht es dir? Thank you very much for dropping in. Sorry, I was a little bit I'm not good in finding words today again. I concentrated very heavily on a couple of things here in the picture, so I missed you coming in. By the way, are you very good in English? Or should I from time to time try to translate or speak Duolingo? We don't like to have to rush. Yeah, I totally get that. I am not at all in front of things. I'm also very much on time. Pushing out the videos more or less the same or the next day. I think I am at a point where I could do that. Actually, when I started, I had this really I could not resist pushing it out more or less exactly when I finished it. I was just so excited about the new content and just wanted to see if it performs, how it performs, if it performs the same. Just the excitement of watching the numbers, the viewer numbers rise. Not that high as a small YouTuber, but still, by the way, subscribe and like. But I could not stop myself. I always was thinking, okay, when I just released one video a week, I was thinking, okay, I've done one already and I can release that next week, and then no, let me release that already today, and for next week I can do another one. So I think I have evolved and I could work for the future, and I probably should start doing so. It doesn't really work with the live streams though, does it? So I do not want to have a live stream and then release 2 weeks after the time lapse. I'm not sure if that would make sense. Pizza time, that is always good. Drawing is looking great. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for joining. You probably are already gone, but I am a little bit trying to catch up still. Thank you very much, Altek, for joining us. And enjoy your pizza. We normally film 4 videos of a new series before we put them out. It's also for gaming videos, I think it's also a different beast because you have this storytelling videos you record a couple of hours probably in one sitting, and then you divide that into several episodes that would then be released during the days. I cannot really do that with art, or at least I have not found a way to do that with art yet. So I have to release I kind of do it with the live streams. It's still something a little bit different, but yeah, I think it's different for the different content creation genres. Not really. What do you mean? It's not different? Or you are not playing for hours and divide that into episodes? You could do that, at least. I will probably do that. Or I would try. Not sure if that works the way I imagine it would. Probably not. I don't know. So let's see the light areas in the hair, how it looks. I hope it looks good. Blendart, welcome. Thank you very much for joining. How are you today? We are drawing Buffy with white pencil and black pencil on gray paper. It's an experiment. And I can't speak anymore. I hope you're good. Record almost 4 hours to get 25 minutes of footage. Just for that one sitting, or don't you get 4 hours with 4 hours? Don't you get 2 episodes out of 4 hours? I would hope so. I would so much hope so for you guys. I'm back with chatting in a second. Just have to finish a couple of streaks here. Mark is very unforgiving when it comes to making content. I like the white on the gray. By the way, it looks great. Thank you very much. I enjoy the concept. And I think when I learn it enough, it might be really cool. And I already like this to a certain degree. It's not where I imagined it to be, but of course I imagined something spectacular, so that's why I tried it. So, not there yet. But for the second try with this materials, I think I can't complain too much. The hair is far from perfect, but I'm never that good with hair. And for a first try, as I said, I think that is okay, and we don't have to overdo it. It looks like it allows you to add more detail. It might be, I think one of the big effects is that you can think differently of the light areas, and when you draw on white, probably it will be very strange what I'm saying right now, but I try to voice what I think. When you draw on white, you create detail a lot by leaving out, if you want to leaving stuff. When you want to draw a highlight, you cannot draw the highlight. You obviously have to make it pop out by drawing everything around that highlight and darkening it, if you understand what I mean. And with this, you can actually draw that highlighted area, so you can think completely different about how to create that highlight and how to design it. I'm not sure if that makes sense what I'm saying here, but it gives you more control about the highlight because you draw the highlight, which you normally don't do. I hope that makes sense. So, it actually really looks better on camera than it looks in real person, but I'm still very happy for my first try. It is pretty cool, and for just a 2-hour drawing, normally I think, yeah, it's not fair to say 2-hour drawing, because I did a little bit in the beginning before the stream, which will be in the final time lapse again, about how the proportion stuff and so on I took out of the stream, because that is not that exciting. Might actually do that in the future, also for 2-part live streams, so we can focus more on stuff like hair and stuff I don't like to focus that much on. But I should focus more, and which is more interesting for the viewers. I think not everyone is really happy with the beginning phase or watching the beginning phase of a painting. I wouldn't, honestly. It's perhaps a little bit the approach everybody takes with the picture to get good proportions. Might be of interest when you want to learn it or stuff, but it is not exciting. So I'm thinking about skipping that part for the life. Okay, there is actually, it is pretty light on that side, so I cannot forget up here there's more darker strands of hair I have to consider. Shouldn't forget that. But other than that, especially down here, it's very light. Why isn't it drawing here? There's no white coming out of it. How can that be? There's white. Okay, so okay, so also something, even if you have just a little bit shaded with the white, with the non-white, with the black one, with any kind of pencil, the white one doesn't really want to draw there anymore, so always go in first with the white. So here, for example, I can do what I want. I can even try to... Here's a specific area here where I would like to have a white streak. And I am not able to... oh, it works with... That's fine. Okay, so you can erase it if you put really effort in it, and then you can put on white again. But try to draw first with white and then layer with the other darker pencils on top of it. Makes more sense anyway, and you can even shade on the white again. Thank you very much, Lainey. I am pretty happy, I think. Okay, the rest is fixing up, making it a little bit more interesting, heightening certain contrasts. And then we're done. Yes, we are able to finish a portrait in a reasonable amount of time and reasonable quality. Like her. It looks like her. I'm happy with that. Okay. Good, so let's try to give her a little bit more attention in the face. Without ruining it, ideally. Hey Altek, welcome back and thank you very much. I am pretty happy, I think. Still need a little bit more. Oh, we fixed the eye. Do you remember? Not everyone was here there, but when I overdid a little bit with the eyelashes, and we even fixed that. It looked like some kind of animal was nesting over her eye, and it's better now. Highlighting on the right hand side of the face. Her right hand side, you mean in this area? Yeah, I was thinking about that. I already did more there actually than in the beginning that I thought I would, so I'm not sure. It is something I have to learn, you know, to see the areas which are brighter than the gray. So probably you know what, I will also use the polychromos, which is not nearly as light, which I can use for more precise, less bright highlights. That could be also a good weapon. Because the other one is really strong. It is directly very... You mean that area? So her right. Yeah. Especially now that I have worked on the other side. You are completely right, I guess. Get a little bit more here. I have added a little bit, but it's probably not enough. But I perceive that side as darker, but I guess it is not. Looks like the lighting is on the right hand side. I could be wrong. It is a bit of a confusing lighting, to be frank. So I'm not sure myself. But I think we have added a little bit. Oh, okay. Think. I think I see this. Hello Ramley, welcome back. I think I am more or less done. And I see this as a success, to be honest. Sometimes that opinion changes with a good night's sleeps, and looking back at it, and suddenly I see all the mistakes. But for now, I'm happy, and I will enjoy being happy about it as long as I can. Thank you very much, Ramley. I am almost done. Okay, so I think we're done. At least for today. If I won't do anything anymore, you will have to wait to discover in the time-lapse video. I'm very sorry for that. So it is a learning curve for sure, and I still have to learn where and how to use the highlights best. get even better results. Even better. Probably I don't have to be so hesitant sometimes and use it more placatively. But there's something like too much. So this is it. I would say yeah, we did today good, I think. So this is our Buffy, Sarah Michelle Gellar. We did in the first live stream this week a bit more of a comic one. So this is our Miles Morales from the movie Into the Spider-Verse. Because I wanted something easy to experiment with white and black, and he was very much shaded on the left side and very much lighted on the right side. I could have done more with the light now in hindsight, but damage done. And the hair was very interesting. And then we had now, I wanted to try how does my normal portrait, more realistic approach look on that gray paper. And I am really happy with it. Thank you very much. Thank you, Lainey. Thank you very much, Ramney. And thank you very much, Lee, for saying so and agreeing with me that this is not bad. So, yeah, I think it is a success. And I think I will continue to do this always. I'm not sure. Probably already in the next portraits, because this is just fun. I learned a lot about this for everyone that might be interested in what I am using. I learned that my standard mechanical pencil I'm using always in the beginning is not as versatile here as it is in my general drawings. So what I really am, I just stopped the recording for the time lapse because I won't draw anymore. So this is really only good now for the overall, the first sketch, to show where everything is. Normally I use this a lot for the lighter details. It's not that good here because it is very reflective, even more so than on a white surface. It stands out very much in contrast to the other one. It does not look black at all. It's not a big help for shading here. It is only for drawing in the first draft to know where to put what. So what I in general used for the dark ones is then the 8B Mars Lumograph Black. It's very nice. I like it very much. Rayan, thank you very much for dropping in. We are about to stop, but I am just talking about what I use now. Thank you for saying that, Mo. That is very kind of you. Thank you very much, Rayan. So this is what I mostly used, and for the general shading, what I normally would have used this one for. And then for the dark areas, I went in with my Pierre Noir Conté à Paris, my Blackstone. And the white, I used the pastel. So it's more or less a pastel, I guess. White from Conté à Crayon. Very good pencil. And in the end, I started also to use my white polychromos also for the not that white areas. Because you can just go in more with it. You have to be very careful with this one because it is just so placatively white, and this is very nice for not completely white areas like this. You can use it very freely in comparison. So that's what we did. I am very happy with it. I like it very much. And I thank all of you for keeping with me all this time. So, especially Mo, you were here almost the complete stream. Very much thanks. I'm not original English. Very much thanks for that, and also for your tips and your comments about the white in the end. That was very helpful. Thank you, Ryan, for dropping by. Remley for dropping in the beginning also and later. Altek for even after you ate your fantastic pizza to come back. Lainey, as always, thank you very much. Lee, thank you. Who's there? Probably Shaq is already sleeping again, but she should. It is very early where she is. Thank you very much for dropping by anyway. Liana and everyone, if I have missed you now, I'm very sorry. I should not make it a sport to try to name every single one, because I will definitely start missing people. I had very much fun with you. It was an amazing stream. Thank you so much, and see you next time on Wednesday. I would be very happy if you would also visit me on Wednesday next week, so we can start with the next drawing. And I have no idea what I will draw then there, but I normally decide about 10 minutes before. So see you then. Thank you very much, and good night.